So it's Monday, July 27th. This is trail day 44, I believe. Doing slack packing today. So, got the brain off my Osprey as a day pack. I just got water, snacks, trowel, water filter, and first aid kit. That's it. Gonna do 15 miles. Should be fairly easy with no heavy pack. I did get a new pack at REI yesterday, so I'm kind of excited to try it out, but I'll have plenty of time to do that here in a few days. So I'm going to be slack packing for a couple of days and try to make some miles. Oh yeah, another thing, I was at REI. I got the new pack and a new pair of Chacos. So I got new treads. These are the classics. They're not the Z Cloud like my old ones. So I suspect these will hold up probably at least till Maine, maybe the remainder of the trail. And I don't have my shoulder mount for the camera, so I'm holding it for this trek, but it's definitely going to be different, not toting a big heavy pack. So that's southbound, the way we just came. And this is northbound. The terrain today has been lovely. We're not too far in. We started at 8:30, it's a little over 9, a little past 9. But I forgot on these Z1 Chacos how squeaky they were when you first get them, until they kind of wear an impression of your foot. But they're much more comfortable than the previous ones. Of course, I don't have 40 plus pounds on my back. I only have like 3. And knowing my luck, the whole time I get to slack pack, there'll be like no steep climbs or anything. It'll just be this flowing terrain. But I'm not going to complain. And we're going to go by a lake for part of the day. Was supposed to be 97 today, but the weatherman changed it. It's a high of 93, but that's still hot enough to take a dip in the lake. I went by the lake yesterday afternoon. We got picked up over just a huge crowd of people. I came by this morning, there's nobody. So and there's a nice little breeze blowing too. So far I barely broke a sweat. With my other pack and the weight, I'd have been streaming sweat like the first 4 minutes. So yeah, slack packing. I'd have to calculate the miles, but we were like at 390. So for my 400th mile, I'll be enjoying some slack packing. So we started at the Dennytown Road, mile marker 1421.1, and we're at the Sunken Mine Road, Just 1422.7. And we did that in 40 minutes. So 2 miles, 2.5, 3 miles an hour is what we're cruising. But we just got the small pack, so like twice the speed of normal. Not bad. Looks like a herring flying across there. That's a little pond we come by. The trail's right over there. This is not the lake I was talking about earlier, though it could be a finger of it, I'm not sure. That's kind of cool, little lily pads floating out there. So here we go, first challenge of the day. It's not going to be that bad. You can see the trail, but this is definitely where slack packing makes a difference when you have to start climbing stuff like this. So good, it's not all flat. We get to get past some of the hill climbs. But we're kind of, I don't know if this was a dam of some sort at some point in the past, or there's a mine somewhere around here, an old mine. So it may have just been built to make horse carts across it. I don't know. You just come across all kinds of relics of the past. Concession stand, north 1.5 miles. Blue trail to the lake and concession hiker camping. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's 10:30. We might get a cold drink. Cold drinks are an addiction these days. And there's the lake. Yesterday there was cars parked bumper to bumper all up and down this road. So we just have to figure out where the AT goes. I'm leaving the beach access here at the lake. It's pretty busy here today. The concession stand was open, so had a cheeseburger on a pretzel bun and 2 cold Gatorades, a cold tea, and a cold Pepsi. The thermometer on the back of the concession stand said it's 96 degrees in the shade. So, but there's no shaded spots really on the lake, and it's real busy, so I'm going to pass that up and then see how many miles I can get in. And this is the Blue Blaze Trail to the lake. It's a half a mile, and there's outlets at the concession stand and hiker camping up behind it. So now here's an overlook of the lake down below. The trail, other than last 40 feet or so, has been pretty mild. Oh, but it is hot. Even though I'm probably carrying less than 5 pounds, it's still, for a 96 degree day, it's still hot. But if I was toting my full pack, I'd probably be pouring buckets of sweat. But I don't know. With the new pack, it fits better. Might not be as bad. It's going to be a few days before I find that out, though. I'm excited to try it out, but I'll take the easy street while I can. There is a nice breeze blowing today, so it doesn't make it feel like it's 96 degrees. Yeah, I almost forgot when I was back at the concession. I figured out my mileage since I started in Maryland, West Virginia border, Harpers Ferry. And I'm at 400.4 using the AWOL mileage. So we've walked over 400 miles in 43 days. I think that's what day it is. If I didn't have the calendar on my phone, I wouldn't know. So, yep. New milestone today, 400 miles. It's September the 11th. Memorial. A decent view. A survey marker. So it's roughly been 10 miles since we started. Just came up that. We're going up that. It's definitely cooled off some. This breeze has been very nice. So 4:30 in the afternoon. So we got like 4 more miles we're gonna go. Was gonna do 6.5 for a 15-mile day, but the last little bit is a steep climb, and then there's a deli on the other side. That's right off the trail. So I'm gonna save that for in the morning, since we got a ride this afternoon. And get plenty of cold drinks, but so don't need to end the day with cold drinks, right? We'll be doing that regardless. So start in the morning, climb a hill, have some cold drinks. The original plan was to camp back there at the lake beach. So by slack packing, I'm getting ahead of schedule. Anyway, which is good. I figured it the other day. If I took average 10 miles a day, how long it would take to get to Katahdin if I took no zeros, and that would put me there on October 10th. That's pushing it pretty close. So if I can make some extra miles every day I gain, it gives me a little more wiggle room. So hopefully I can gain a couple of days in the next couple of days. It'll be all good. Oh, that would be the water from the hand pump. But there's somebody bringing in plenty. It was brought in today. It still had condensation on the sides of the jugs. But this is the RPH shelter. It's got trash cans, pizza delivery, free books, bunk beds, and a hiker hanging through the ceiling. Covered picnic tables, lounge chairs. It's kind of a cool shelter. I just took a break here, filled up, got some water. Ralph's Peak Hiker's Cabin, RPH shelter. So it'd be a cool shelter to stay at, but I'm not staying here tonight. I'm gonna move on, and it's about time to call it a day. It's 5:30, and we're gonna end up doing like a 14-mile day. So not too bad for a day of slack packing and 96-degree heat. So we're 26.8 miles from Connecticut, 760.4 to Mount Katahdin, and 1424.9 from Springer. So in a day or so we'll be out of New York and in Connecticut. We're still here at the shelter. We're leaving now. It's a typical kiosk. And then the privy's right there. And we had a pretty steep hill coming down to the shelter, and it looks like we'll have a parallel to it coming out on the other side. So one last climb of the day. So I think we're done with the uphill stretch, I think, and then it's going to flatten off, and then we'll go downhill for a bit and be at the road we're going to be picked up. So it'll be just under 14 miles for today. And then I get to go take a shower. That's 2 days in a row I get to take a hot shower. That's something rare when you're hiking. I mean, you know, once a week, every few days. It's like 2 days in a row, unless you're taking to zero. But the trails have been fairly well today too. Not bad terrain. There's been a lot of blowdowns since we left the shelter, but they've all been cleared. They look like they were blowdowns from a couple years back. And I think we have one more view coming up here shortly also. Oh no, it took down a blaze. And here's our view spot. Hopefully we can see this. The sun's not too bright. Not bad. Alright, we got, I think, less than a mile to go and we're done for today. So we'll pick back up tomorrow morning for another day of slack packing, see what there is to see. Well, we are on the home stretch. That is it for today, and it is 7:30. The last 3 miles was pretty long. It'd go up, and then go down, and then go back up, and go back down. But we're done now. So even slack packing, 14 mile a day, turned out to be tough. Well, not so bad. My feet and legs and all aren't really tired, but all this walking in the heat is tiring. I'm just ready to stop, cool off. So today was supposed to be the hottest day. It's supposed to be in the 80s the rest of the week. So we'll see how that goes. And it looks like there's a swimming pool down there. Yes. Nobody in it though, so probably not one that's accessible.